Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do this very simple beginner stitch. I wanted to do a tutorial on a pattern that was very simple, something that even my daughter, who is 8 years old, that's wanting to learn how. This uses single crochets, chains, and double crochets, and that's it. So this would be a really good one if your child has learned single crochet and double crochet, or if you're a beginner and you've learned single crochet and double crochet and chain. Then this could be a really good pattern for you to try to make. This could be made into a lacy shawl or a scarf or anything that you can think of. And I wanted it also to be a pattern that would look good in variegated colors and in solid colors as well. So this pattern, I used worsted weight yarn, which is 4-ply for the US, 10-ply for Australia. I also used a 6mm hook or size J hook just to make my beginning chain, which I recommend that you do when you're a beginner because it can be difficult to learn how to chain loosely. So go ahead and get a 6mm hook just to make the beginning chain, and then when you're ready to begin you can switch over to the 5mm hook or size H hook for the US. The multiples of this stitch is 10 plus 6, and what that means is that you are going to do chains of 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, as many as you want until you have the width that you need. So keep in mind, you're making a baby blanket, something like that, just keep doing in sets of 10 until you have about the size that you want, and then chain 6 more and you're ready to start. So go ahead and do your sets of 10, and then when you get it to the width, chain 6, and then come back and we'll get started. Okay, I've done my 2 sets of 10. I got 10, 10, and then I did my chain of 6. Now I'm ready to start, but before I do, I want to change over from my 6mm hook to my 5mm hook. Now to begin, row 1, and this will be done in rows, so you'll be going back and forth, back and forth. You want to do a double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. So count this very first chain near your hook, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this 5th chain, you're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, pull up a loop, then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2 to do your double crochet, and you're going to work another double crochet in the next chain as well. So yarn over, go into the next chain, and do your double crochet. Now this beginning chains that you skipped is going to be counted as a double crochet. So essentially you have 3 stitches here. So now you want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now you want to skip 2 chains. If you look here, you can see this chain has the double crochet in it. So that's one that's been worked. Find the next chain beside it, count 1, 2, and then go to the 3rd. See, now you have these 2 skipped chains, and you're going to be working in this one. And we're going to be putting a single crochet in there. So insert your hook into that chain, pull up a loop, then yarn through both loops. That's your first single crochet. Now you're going to be putting a single crochet in the next 2 chains as well. So find your next chain, put a single crochet, and then your next chain as well, put a single crochet. Now you have 3 single crochets in a row. Now you want to chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to skip 2 stitches. You can find here where your single crochet is in this chain. So you want to count 1, 2, and then in the 3rd. So you see, again, you have 2 chains that you're skipping. You're going to be working in the next chain. And now we're going to do double crochet. Yarn over, go into that chain, and do a double crochet. And you're going to be putting a double crochet in the next 2 chains as well. We're going to be working always in sets of 3. 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets. So we did our 3 single crochets. Now we're going to do our 3 double crochets. So you have 1 double crochet already, so you're going to work 1 double crochet in the next 2 chains. 1, oh, my yarn ball's getting away from me here, and 2. And every time you get your set of 3 done, you want to chain 3. So chain 1, 2, and 3. And just to show you what it's looking like now, you can see you have 3 single crochets and then the 3 double crochets. So you've done double crochets, so now we're going to do 3 single crochets. And then we'll do 3 double crochets, which will end our row. So remember, after every set, you're going to chain 3 and skip 2 chains. So again, we did our last double crochet in this chain, so we're going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and then in the next chain we're going to start our single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Got my 3 single crochets in a row. Now again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We did our set of 3 single crochets. Now we're going to do our next set of 3 double crochets. Again, you want to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the next chain you will do a double crochet, which should leave you with 2 chains left of your row, and you will be working 1 double crochet and those last 2 chains. And this is what the end of the row should look like. So finish that row, and when you get done, come back and I'll show you how to do row 2. Okay, for row 2, you want to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to be working in the tops of our double crochets. So in the very first stitch, you're going to put a single crochet, the very first stitch of the row. And then again, you want to do a single crochet in the next double crochet and the single crochet in the next double crochet. So we're doing 3 double crochets in a row. And then you want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be working in the tops of our single crochets, and we're going to be putting it 3 double crochets worked. We're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, giving us our next set of 3 double crochets. Working from the back can be kind of difficult. If you're not sure where your loops are, you can always tilt it up a little bit and find that these are your 2 loops. Until you get used to it, that can help. So you want to yarn over, and as well, if you just kind of go into the top portion of your stitch, there's actually there's holes here and here. So it's easy enough to find, just find that hole at the top. This first hole, and you can put your double crochet. Then work a double crochet in the next single crochet, and then a double crochet in your last single crochet. So you've worked 3 single crochets in your double crochet, chain 3, then you've worked 3 double crochets in the top of your 3 single crochets from last row. And again, just like we did last row, you'll always be doing a chain of 3 after each set of 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So we come up to our double crochets. So again, we're going to put single crochets on the top. We're always going to be doing the opposite. So if you come across double crochets, you want to put single crochets. If you come up against the single crochets, you'll be putting double crochets in them. But always remember, when you get done with your set of 3 stitches, to chain 3. I'm just putting my 3 single crochets worked in the top of my double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 3. and move over, and now I'm going to be working my 3 double crochets in my single crochets, and you're going to continue that. Every row is going to be like that. The only thing that's going to change is every other row you'll be having the end. This is right now 3 double crochets, so the end here is going to be 3 single crochets this time. So chain 3, and you're going to put a single crochet in the top of your first 2 double crochets, which will bring you up to your chain, and you want to put a single crochet here in this first top chain, and that will end your row 2. And you can kind of see now there's this pattern that's coming out. So to start row 3, at the end here you have single crochets. So to start the row that begins with single crochets here, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and turn. Now that chain 3 here will count as your very first double crochet. So you're going to skip this very first stitch, and you're going to work a double crochet in this single crochet and in this single crochet. So only in the next 2 stitches you'll be putting a double crochet. Then when you're finished with that set, you'll chain 3. Then move on over here to your next set of double crochets. And like before, when you come across double crochets, you want to put 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And again, after each set of 3, we're going to chain 3. Now we've come up to the next 3 stitches, which are 3 single crochets. So we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of those 3 stitches. Then again, after every set, you want to chain 3, which brings you up to your 3 double crochets. So again, we're going to put single crochets on the top of the double crochets. And then we'll chain 3. The very end of the row here are 3 single crochets. So we're going to put 3 double crochets inside our single crochets. Now this is what row 3 looks like. And last row, when we had single crochets and we needed to start with our double crochets, how you chained 3 and skipped this first stitch and then did a double crochet in the next 2, that is always how you'll start when you need to do double crochets the first row. Now since we're beginning and ending this row with double crochets, the next row will have to be single crochets. So to start a row where you start with single crochets, you will always chain 1. So chain 1 and turn. And when you do single crochet, you don't need to skip the first stitch. You will put a single crochet in each of the 3 first stitches. So I'll put 1, 2, and 3. And again, chain 3. And then now you've come up to your next set of 3 single crochets, and you will put a double crochet in each of those stitches. Then chain 3. Let me back up just a little bit. I think my camera is having difficulty here staying focused on me. So after that set, as always, we'll chain 3, find the next set, which are double crochets, and we'll put a single crochet in each one of those stitches. Then we'll chain 3, and we have 3 single crochets, so we'll put 3 double crochets. Then chain 3, and we'll end here by putting a single crochet in the top of the first 2 double crochets, and again we come up to our chain 3, so we'll put a single crochet in this very top chain, this very next chain here, and that will end the row. And now that we have ended the row on single crochet, the next row will have to be double crochet. So you're going to begin this next row by chaining 3 and skipping that very first stitch and putting a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And it's going to be repeat like that over and over and over again. So as you can see, it gets pretty big pretty quickly. So if you have somebody in your life you want to make a nice scarf for, this would be a beautiful pattern to do that. If you have variegated yarn, or if you have just plain regular yarn that's one solid color, it works either way. So I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to click like and share this video. It helps me out so much. And if you haven't got a chance to subscribe, please click the subscribe button. If you haven't found me yet on my social media, you can find all the links down below. I have a Facebook group called Crochet for the Masses, where we share only free patterns and also the stuff that we've created. We don't sell or anything like that on the board. So it's just friends, and everybody's just encourages each other. It's a really nice board, so I encourage you to check that out. Also, if you're interested in getting one of these furl hooks, if you have difficulty, if you have a carpal tunnel, or you have difficulty holding the smaller hooks, then I recommend getting a furls hook. It's very, very light and very easy to use because it's made of wood, and it's smooth wood and everything. It's really nice. Each furls hook is different because each of them is made from a different piece of wood. If you do order one of these, I recommend you order them with the extended hook. If not, you're going to get a hook that's only about this small, and it can make it difficult to do clusters or really much of anything with a lot of hooks, loops that require a lot of loops to stay on your hook. So that's it. You'll find the link down below to get you to the site to buy one of these if you want. So that's it. Thank you so very much for watching.